Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I had to mute myself because it's not going through the internet. Okay, so again, good afternoon. Last week we were sharing on thoughts, and we will continue on thoughts. You are your thoughts. This is not what many of us truly do not want to hear, but it's what we need to know. Your thoughts make up your world. Your real thoughts are not of time. They're timeless and eternal. And to hear our real thoughts, the mind must be quiet. Quietness is your strength. We need to accept the thought of God as our inheritance. We're starving ourselves of the nourishment we need to live because of our self-made thoughts, our disobedience to divine principles. And the thoughts of God are never absent. We are. And many of us are more absent than we're present. You are a holy, whole, complete thought in the mind of God. And holiness created you whole. Holy is spiritually pure. We adore what we've made. We love what we've made. And having made the ego, we adore what we've made. So we cling to what we've made. Even though our self-made thoughts are not serving our highest and best good, we cling to our self-made thoughts. And this is the purpose of meditation. Meditation is letting go of your ego-based thoughts, fear, and leaving an empty space, room for truth to enter. And the Course teaches us truth will come immediately into any mind that truly wants it, but you must truly want it. Whatever is flowing out from you in secret is being shown to the world in outward manifestation. We have to turn our senses inward so we can add beauty to the world. You are light. We came from light. We evolved through light. We are beings of light, multidimensional prisms of light, radiating through the flesh. We have to release ourselves from blindness and misery. The Course teaches us a little flicker of your eyelids closed for so long has taken you deep into the darkness. In order to see, you think with thought, you see with thought. And in order to see, we must recognize that light is within and not without. When we have the inside right, the outside will be right. You cannot see outside yourself, nor is the equipment for seeing outside of you. And the Course teaches us a healed mind does not plan. It carries out the plan that it receives by listening to wisdom that is not its own. The image that you've made, image is thought, has faith in illusions. And illusions are beliefs in what is not real. You think with thought, you see with thought. Eyes that look are common. Eyes that see are rare. We have to look within and discover your immortal, deathless self, your true self. The soul is God. The soul is the source, the only source from which all things flow. The soul is the activity. The soul is the substance from which all things flow. Substance is the raw material out of which everything tangible is formed, and love, being the most dominant force in the universe, forms it. The soul is your true, eternal, immortal self. So we have to dwell in the awareness of your true essence. We've all made mistakes. There's no need to be looking back in sorrow or regret. Allow your soul to steer you. You cannot lose your way when you keep your steady gaze on your soul, allowing it to direct your efforts easily and gracefully. Let your self-made thoughts have no place in your mind. All self-made thoughts are quiet. You're listening only to the voice of your soul, speaking in the silence, speaking in you, as you, and through you. So we have to question our beliefs and be willing to learn something entirely different, entirely new. Are you open to holy newness? Or are we heavily defended against learning? All of our learning is an indulgence. We want to know more. We're victims of moreness. Have you built your home on your foundation of intellectual concepts which are preventing you from becoming aware of the truth of what you are? And then what do? We build defenses around our home because we do not feel safe. If you are building defenses, then it is clear you do not see yourself as a creation. You do not see yourself as a manifestation of source energy, powerful beyond measure. It means you have identified with a self-made image that is not real. And this image tells you, as the Course teaches us, you're weak, vicious, ugly, sinful, miserable, and beset with pain. Where you falsely see yourself as lacking, limited, insecure, lonely, deprived, depressed, despondent. You feel vulnerable and in need of protection. So we have to wake up from the dream, drop our defenses, and in doing so, you will see differently. You think with thought, you see with thought. When you feel the need arise within you to be defensive about anything, it's because you have identified with the darkness, fear. So you feel a sense of a weakness and alone. Let the darkness be dispelled by one who knows the light. You want to go beyond the darkness into the light. The darkness are our self-made fearful thoughts. And we defend and hold on to what we've made. Our defensiveness is weakness. Defenselessness is strength. And we're so quick to defend what we've made. A delusional thought system, always defending our need to be right. And yet our safety lies in being defenseless. So what do we do? Well, we have 365 lessons. Seek the silence and inward awareness, so you can remember your true self. Escape is possible. How? Escape is possible when you realize there is a different approach to life other than the approach we've taken that are based on man-made rules and ideas. One that is meaningful, fulfilling, purposeful, rewarding, and offers peace. So we have to liberate ourselves from our self-centered attachments, our karmic conditions, so we can fulfill our divine destiny. We have to break those mind patterns that have dominated us and allow the mind to return to its natural state of purity. We've been told and we've heard, no one cometh unto the Father except by me. Does not mean that I'm separate from you in any way, only in time, and time does not exist. And I know you've heard me say many times, Meister Eckhart, 13th century mystic, I love his work, time is what prevents the light from reaching us. There's no greater obstacle to God than time. Time is thought. The thoughts that you've made. Timelessness are the thoughts of God. And your real thoughts can only be heard when the mind is quiet. You know, the Buddha was asked, are you an angel? No. Are you God? No. What are you then? The Buddha smiled and answered, I am awake. I am awake. And the Course teaches us the awakened mind knows its self, its source, and its wholeness. Wholeness is holiness. So we need to quiet our busy thoughts so we can hear our real thoughts, so we can feel the stillness of the now moment. Most of us are absent. The essence of what we are is always present. Face and accept whatever comes, whatever difficulties, whatever form they may take, calmly and courageously, without deviating from the central thought of what you are. What am I? I am love. Perfect, whole, and complete. And wholeness lacks nothing. Love seeds grow into love. We have to allow ourselves to grow in love so you can produce much fruit. You cannot receive your divine gifts if your mind is in a constant state of your self-made thoughts. You want to live, move, and radiate the magnificence of spiritual serenity. And time was given to us to undo, to see, and to remember. It was given to us to let go, to transcend the lower vibrational frequency and ascend to the divine plane of intuition where you know your true self. So we have to lay down our defenses. When you lay down your defenses, it's not danger that comes. It is safety, it's joy, it's peace, it's God. And the Course teaches us, lay down your cruel sword of judgment you hold against your throat. And the more defenses we have, the more insecure we are. Lay them all down before the feet of truth. Lay down your shield, take off your armor, and come without defenses. Our defenses are what prevents us from moving closer to others, always defending our delusional thought system that's not real. When you feel the need arise to be defensive about anything, it's because you have identified with what you've made, feeling weak and alone. Let the darkness be dispelled by one who knows light. We remain so heavily defended against learning. Defenselessness is inner strength. And we're always defending a delusional thought system. Seen from a higher perspective, do we really know what is right or wrong, good or bad? No. Your safety lies in being defenseless. Seek the quiet and inward awareness, where all things are in righteous order. How many times you thought you knew all the facts and how wrong you were? The way is not hard. It's just a different approach to life, but it is the right approach. Sickness is a defense to hide the truth. It's not an accident. It's isolation. And all sickness is some form of external searching. Meditation is the medicine for the mind. So whatever is flowing out from you in secret is being shown to the world in outward manifestation. You want to turn your senses inward so you can add beauty to the world. So you can recognize that you are light radiating through the flesh. A healed mind does not plan. It carries out the plan. Lesson 135. It carries out the plan that it receives. How? By listening to wisdom that is not its own. It's not its own. Are we willing to release your mind in quiet faith from all the idle thoughts you have made up and allow it to rest in quietness so you can hear your real thoughts? Truth is simple, but simplicity is difficult for twisted minds. We do have free will to choose the selfish will or the selfless will, love or fear, what you've made or what you already have. And our free will lies in our choice of thoughts. Thy will be done, not my will be done. Thy will is unity. My will is separation. The Upanishads say that your body is like a chariot drawn by 5 powerful horses, the 5 senses. These horses travel not so much through space as through time. They gallop from birth towards death, pursuing the objects of their desire. The discriminating intellect is the charioteer, whose job it is not to drive you over a cliff. The reins he holds are the mind, your thoughts, emotions, and desires. And this image is packed with implications. For one, the job of the intellect is to see clearly. The job of the mind is to act as reins. When everything is working in harmony, our highest self makes all the decisions. The intellect conveys these decisions to the mind, and the senses obey the mind. But when the senses are uncontrolled, they immediately take the road they like best. Personal satisfactions, mostly pleasure. Then we're not making the decisions. The horses are. And the Course is teaching us, look within. By looking within, you see what you expect, and you expect what you invite. Your perception is the result of your invitation coming to you as you send for it. Remember always that you see what you seek. For what you seek, you will find. And that which you seek is seeking you. And the ego finds what it seeks, and only that. It does not find love, for that is not what it is seeking. Yet seeking and finding are the same. And if you seek for two goals, you will find them, but you will recognize neither. You will think they are the same, because you want both of them. You must look in before you look out. As you look in, you choose the guide for seeing, and then you look out. And this is why you find what you seek. And as the Course teaches us, I am responsible. The responsibility is in my hands. I am responsible for what I see. Again, you think with thought, you see with thought. I choose the feelings I experience, and I decide upon the goal I would achieve. And everything that seems to happen to me, I ask for and receive as I have asked. Ask for what will strengthen you, not weaken you. Only love is strong, because it's not divided. It is whole. And only love heals. And love is the only power holding everything as one. So we ask ourselves, what do I know about God? What do I know about the source that gave me life? I know that the source of life from which I was created, not made, created, love creates, is the only power. And the source of life is the only life. And is life eternal. Therefore, I am an eternal being, filled with love and light. You are perfect, whole, and complete. You are a perfect expression of divine love and wisdom. And our freedom lies in knowing the truth of what you are. So let us allow the inner teacher to teach our clean and open minds, to teach and direct us, telling us exactly what to do, where to go, to whom to speak to, what to say. The Course is teaching us, let all things be exactly as they are. Let me not be your critic, Lord, and judge against you. What can frighten me when I let all things be exactly as they are? As we use the law correctly, all that you desire comes into manifestation in God's wise and wonderful way. We need to take our rightful place in certainty. The certain are perfectly calm, for they are not in doubt. Take our rightful place with a certainty of purpose by letting go, putting aside all of our limited ideas, all of our little thoughts, and rest in the awareness of our true identity. Your money needs your faith and your vision to be of service to you, because the proper use of money is to serve. You want to feel your magnificence flowing through you. You're the vessel flowing through you. It's the ultimate enjoyment. It's the ultimate good you can do for yourself and others. You know, many of us think that by turning our senses inward and diving deep into consciousness, going for the pearls at the bottom of the sea, I often say, that we lose everything enjoyable in life. Not so at all. This fear is what prevents us from fulfilling our function that has been assigned to us before coming into the physical manifestation. We just have to keep diving deeper through the murky waters. And as we persevere, we will see all attachments falling away, just falling by the wayside, making room for the capacity to dive deeper and to discover there's a whole other world, far more beautiful than what physical sight shows us. As we surrender our personal petty thoughts, self-centeredness, the self-centered will to knowing the truth of what we are. We have to release our compulsive emotional attachments with the desire to love and to be loved, where you're fulfilling your function and you're walking this earth. Earth means everything in the physical. My life, my work, my business, my affairs, my family, my friends, everything comes under the heading of earth, where you can walk this earth in confidence and security, knowing I am fulfilling my sacred obligations. I am here to represent Him who sent me. Whatever we have done, we can always make amends for it without ever looking back in guilt. This world we live in, this man-made world of illusions, the world represents your thoughts. Our modern life is built on instant gratification, I want it, and I want it now. We live lives of such stimulation. So busy, like insects, day and night. Busy like bees at the making of honey. Making a living. Doing whatever pleases us now without ever questioning what the long-term results might be. And our sleep is not sleep. We're restless, busy, floating on the surface of life, seeing life the way we want to see it and not as it truly is. Selfish desire is a private gratification or spiritual starvation, and we're starving ourselves of the nourishment we need to live. Selfless love nourishes and heals the anguished mind. The mind is not you. It's the process of thoughts. We are creation. We just seem to be unaware, many of us, of our true essence, our eternal unity. Yet behind all of our doubts and fears, there is a sense of certainty. And what is the Course teaching us? The certain are perfectly calm, for they are not in doubt. To be certain is to know. Uncertainty is doubt. It is our function, our only function, to let the memory of God return. To let God's will be done on earth. Thy will be done. Not my will be done. God's will is already done. So we can be restored to sanity. Are we willing to empty the mind of all judgments, concepts, and desires and choose a different approach to life? Choose to listen to our real thoughts. God's word is thought. And our real thoughts can only be heard when the mind is quiet. Quietness is your strength and your journey to peace. Each lesson of A Course in Miracles is ending the past and bringing you to a greater awareness of what you are. Your true reality. What do you want to see? The choice is given us. But learn and do not let your mind forget this law of seeing. You will look upon that which you feel within. Feeling is the language of the soul. And if hatred finds a place within your heart, you will perceive a fearful world. The responsibility is up to each and every one of us. Be still and lay aside all thoughts of what you are and what God is. All concepts you've learned about the world. All images you hold about yourself. Empty your mind of everything that's either true or false, good or bad. Every thought it judges worthy. All the ideas of which we are ashamed of. The thought God holds of you is like a star. Unchangeable, unchanging, changeless, eternal, immortal, forever and forever. Love has no errors, for all errors are the want of love, says William Law. Thoughts begin in the mind of the thinker, from which they reach outward. And thoughts increase by being given away. And the more we believe in them, the stronger they become. And we believe in what we've made. You do not have two realities, but one. And the thought God holds of you is your reality. Reality does not change. We are just unaware of our true reality. And whatever your thoughts, as long as they flow, words and actions have to follow. And as I often say, stand guard at the door of your mind. Monitor your thoughts. Knowledge means realization. To know the truth, you must make it real. You must live it out in thought, word, and action. And from that, everything else of value follows. To thine own self be true. Take your rightful place in certainty and faith. Release your mind in quiet faith from all the idle thoughts you have made and allow it to rest in its natural state so you can hear your real thoughts. It's called faith. What can you trust? The source that gave you life. You can trust what does not change. Or you can put aside all of your little meaningless, limited ideas and rest in the awareness of your true identity. And let vision show you where to go. Your faith is your abundance, and your abundance is measured by your inner feelings of self-approval and confidence. We do not have to look for what we already have. We just have to know that you already have it. And this knowing is called faith. You are perfect, whole, unlimited, and free. We are afraid of receiving what we really want. And faith gives you the ability to work without tension because you're not anxious about the results. So you ask yourself, what do I want? And begin to create the pattern of your world. And you're nurturing it with prayer and meditation. And you're watering it by faith and nourishing it in the silence, allowing it to grow and ripen. You want to imagine yourself in the state you desire. Eat it, sleep it, dream it, drink it, think about it, talk it, walk it, entertain it, and be it in imagination. Image is thought. Imagine better than the best. And truth depends upon the intensity of your imagination of what you know. And you do know. because the knowledge lies within us. And it's the Christ consciousness within that directs and does all things through you. But we have to merge. We have to align with that energy. We have to develop a sense of trust. Trust and the wisdom, which is the knowledge of God, will come to your assistance to support and direct your efforts. There's no failure in God. There's no failure in the source that gave us life. Our only failure is our own unwillingness to let go. So then we cling. We hold on to the same old rugged cross. The choice is ours. Be in your natural state. To be in your natural state is not impossible. The way is not hard. It's just very different. Ours is the way of pain, of which God knows nothing of. Life within us knows. Let go and trust. So let us travel inward so we can release. Relax your mind. You're entering into light. Give all of your distress and troubles to the light, as if you were taking off your shoes. Let go of your limited concepts you hold about yourself. Open to your immaculate concepts, the virgin, the purity of the Christ consciousness. You are being endowed with life, understanding, and love. Do not obstruct this living energy with fears and doubts, but allow it to flow over you like a blanket of protection, bringing to you all good things needed for your progress. You're being lifted up to a state of divine awareness. Breathe the holy breath of life, for there is nothing else. With eyes closed, tell yourself, I am breathing the breath of God. I am breathing the breath of God. I am home in the light. I am home in the light. The light is here, and the way is clear. The light is here, and the way is clear. My natural home is light. My natural home is light. You are a very powerful and divine being. Feel the Christ vibration. Breathe the holy breath of life. Love will override your doubts. I am is the way. I am is the truth. I am is the light of life. Without the way, there's no progress. Without truth, there's no wisdom. Wisdom is the knowledge of God. And without the light of life, you are dead, asleep, and dreaming. Release, so you may float with the river of life, floating like a balloon with ease, grace, and effortlessness. The lightness you feel is the result of rising to a higher frequency. You're giving yourself the gift of several hours to explore and discover the inner realm. The desires of your heart are attached to devotion. As these desires grow, others are lessening. You're asking for dramatic, punctual, effective, experienced manifestations now. You're quiet in the midst of turmoil, for quietness is your strength and your journey to peace. Tell yourself silently and thoughtfully, I rest in stillness to receive. I rest in stillness to receive. I rest in quiet light. I rest in quiet light. The light is here and the way is clear. The light is here and the way is clear. I am receiving now. I am receiving now. You are embarking on an organized, well-structured, and carefully planned program aimed at learning how to offer to the light everything you do not want. Light knows what to do with it. In selfless devotion to yourself, tell yourself, I am breathing the breath of God. I am breathing the breath of God. You have spent long days and nights in celebrating death. It is now the moment for you to experience and feel the joy of life. Rest in quiet joy as you leave the world behind and enter into the presence of love, serenely unaware of everything except perfect love. Breathe the holy breath of life and feel the presence of love within you now. Tell yourself with eyes closed, I feel the presence of love within me now. I feel the presence of love within me now. I allow my light to shine brighter and brighter. I allow my light to shine brighter and brighter. I am willing to open my secrets to the light. I am willing to open my secrets to the light. I am the light of life. I am the light of life. You are feeling unconditional acceptance and trust. You are letting go the cruel sword of judgment you hold against your throat and entering into the light without defenses and demands. Seek not to be understood, but to understand. Today, take time to stand still and reflect on the fact that you are a holy thought in the mind of God. Feel your light body. Tell yourself, I am the light of life. I am the light of life. I can only find comfort in the light. I can only find comfort in the light. I live within the light. I live within the light. I am a holy thought in the mind of God. I am a holy thought in the mind of God. Holy is whole, spiritually pure, adoration for God. Once again, slower than before, with eyes closed. I am a holy thought in the mind of God. I am perfect, whole, and complete. I am perfect, whole, and complete. I am willing to open my secrets to the light. I am willing to open my secrets to the light. The divine light descends upon us all, and we are purified, grateful, and blessed. For this we give thanks. Rest in quiet light. Thank you, Lynn. Love you all.
Thank you, Veronica, and I love you too.